I'm ready for action.
All right, what's up, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram? How y'all doing tonight? This is TK from Comic Insider, here with Dustin, Daigle, and Mark Norwood. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. What's going on? Doing awesome.
So, first off, man, how y'all doing in this this whole crisis, man? It's been some crazy times.
And it has been kind of a struggle. I mean, just kind of staying at the house majority of the time. It's been very boring, but at least we're doing our part. You know what I mean?
A lot of binge watching has been going on, that's for sure.
A lot of binge watching.
I hear y'all on that.
Yeah.
So, I gotta say, with how's that been, like, affecting y'all, like, Comic-Con wise? Because, I mean, that's gotta be pretty hard. I've never actually talked to anybody that's, you know, hosted or ran at Comic-Con before. This got to be a nightmare right about now.
Yeah, logistic-wise, going from May 1st to the 3rd and then, making the announcement that we got to postpone it to October 23rd through the 25th, there's a lot that goes into that. You got all these vendors that are, we're ready and prepped for this date, and then we got to change it. Some aren't available for the new dates, so we got to scramble and get new vendors. You got to reach out to all the celebrity guests, make for sure they're available for the new dates. Attendees, you got to let them know that they're, back, just roll over to the new dates. There's a lot of work that goes into it, just to, and all the hard work that you put into advertising the original dates, and then you got to change it up to something else. But, we're excited about the new dates. We're glad that we were actually able to get new dates and not completely canceled for this year. So we're excited to put on a safe show.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta say. Like, I'm very glad that y'all did not have to cancel, because, I mean, there's so many events. It seems like there's literally only a handful that still, have the grit enough to want to try to keep it, safe and still keep it going on instead of switching to, like, next year. Like, even, what was it, I don't think I've heard New York say it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be, but they mentioned San Diego Comic-Con was gone, and C2E2, I mean, so many events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough because, and then Dragon Con's kind of in the hot seat right now because the city's not issuing permits, so they're definitely not going to be able to do the parade like they have in the past. That's already been shut down. So it's just one of those things where if the city's going to allow you to put on an event that big, what's the rule right now? 20 people at the most or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like 25% capacity?
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's really tough to do if you have a show that has 80,000 people at it. That's really tough to do. So it'll be curious to see what happens with some of the bigger shows later in the year. We're fortunate enough to be in a city and a state that wasn't as affected as much by everything that's going on. So I think the restraints and limitations that we'll have in the city won't be as strict as like in Atlanta or in New York or in LA or something like that. So we can get by with a little bit more, and we'll be able to social distance and put in all the precautionary things that we need to do, to make everybody as safe as possible.
Right. Yeah, at this point, I think as long as everybody, like, if people aren't already sick showing up, as long as there's PRL around, I mean, I think everything's going to be fine. I mean, hopefully on the, the worst has passed everything. But, so I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the great celebrities y'all got showing up this year, man. So is it pretty much everybody that's for the original, or, I mean, has there been cancellations celebrity-wise, or?
The only person that unfortunately will not be able to make the new dates is Rob Mello.
Yep.
We do have
from what was
Happy
it?
Death Day.
Yeah, Happy Death Day and Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, he was Babyface in the Happy Death Day. He was the only person that couldn't make it, and we're gonna miss him. But we do have another celebrity lined up that we will be announcing on our live stream later on in the coming months.
Yep. And, everybody else is confirmed that we've announced so far. There's still a couple that we haven't even announced. Everybody, as of right now, is still confirmed and good to go. Your Johnny Young Bosch, Danielle Harris, Amanda Miller, Miley Flanagan, Don Shanks. All those guests are still on board. So we're excited that we didn't lose too many people, just one, and we got a really good, person to take that spot. So we're excited to make that announcement as well.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear that announcement. I'm glad Karen Ashley, she's a good friend of mine. I saw she was going to be at this year's event.
Oh, man,
Karen's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
we love Karen.
Yeah, she's so sweet. Oh my God.
She really is. She's it's kind of funny. One of our first events, I think it was back in 2017. She was one of the first big celebrities we ever interviewed, and man, it's just funny story. She always loves telling this now because apparently it wasn't a question she got asked that often. I ended up doing one of my first big interviews with her, and I asked mid-interview of the Power Rangers, the movie, right? And the part where, the last kick, where the Megazord, the new Megazord, she pretty much, gets to kick Ivan News right in the nuggets. and she jumped up and down, like, excited as heck that I asked her that question. She's like, oh my God, no one's asked me that question in almost 20 years. I was like, seriously? That was the coolest part of the movie.
It was, most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her character, I feel like in the movie is a little underappreciated.
Yeah, man.
She's like the heart of the team.
Yeah, dude, she kicks a major butt.
Yeah, she's awesome in that movie. We love Karen. She's been super nice. We see her all over the place. We got to know her really well at Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta this past year. And she was phenomenal. We do giveaways every time we set up at conventions, and she actually got in on the giveaway, did the live video for us, signed the pop for the person that won.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
She's phenomenal. We love Karen.
So what's the process like on going to, not rescheduling wise, but like getting celebrities to go to events? Like, how's that process go out? Because I actually had, I know you only had one cancellation, but I was going to say, I have a few friends that I don't know how that process is or how you go about it, if you reach out to the actor or their agent, but I was going to say, if you guys, if they're available for the dates, John Wesley Shipp, the original Flash, Sam Jones, who played Flash Gordon, Matthew Atchley, and also John Anderson. If you hit them up, say TK sent you. If they're available, they'll try to make it. Just to let y'all know.
If I'm not mistaken, is coming.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
He was there our first year. We're actually, I'm a good friend with John. I like John.
John's great.
Every time I've hung out with John, he's been super cool. He's such a super cool cat. First time I ever met him was at Magic City with him and Bojo Freya. And me and him and Bojo hung out like an entire night with my buddy Brian, who was there promoting. And Anderson, such a cool guy. He's such a down-to-earth, just cool dude, and loves everything there is nerddom, but especially G.I. Joe.
Yeah, he made me break my rule of bringing back a repeat guest.
Yeah.
That's one of the things
that's awesome.
that I always said. I'm like, I don't want to have the same guest year after year after year because they get stale.
Yeah.
It's okay if you have them 1 year and then you bring them back 5 years later.
Like a reunion type of deal.
But I feel like there's a lot of shows that kind of bring back the same guest over and over again, and if you've already seen them, it kind of loses its luster. So we're going to try to keep it fresh every year. That's why we do the different themes every year. This year's horror, next year's 80s, the year after that is 90s, and then we're doing a reunion year after that. We're going to bring back a lot of the past guests and kind of add to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
man,
Johnny
that's
might
awesome.
be there again, third time in year 5.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I did an interview with him about 3 weeks ago, and towards the end of the interview, like you were saying, he's a big G.I. Joe fan. And, man, he ended up walking towards his other office, and he ended up showing me just some of the displays he had in there. I think that guy's probably got one of the biggest G.I. Joe collections in the freaking world. Like, that was mind-blowing. He has the big aircraft carriers and all that.
Oh, man. The aircraft carrier. is insane.
It is insane.
It's insane. It's so huge.
We actually, because we knew he loved G.I. Joe so much, had this framed G.I. Joe picture made just for him, and we had it at his table when he showed up. It was really cool. It had all the characters. It basically had the artwork from their the card stock of the figures.
Yeah.
Of all the different characters and stuff. So that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we like to go a little extra for everybody and really make them feel welcome. You know, but to answer your question on the process of, you know, how we get celebrities and things like that, that's kind of why we go out and promote our show, you know, at different, you know, conventions and things like that. It's all about networking. It's all about making those connections, as you know.
My people will talk to your people, kind of deal. But meeting them face to face is always better, especially when it's somebody like Mark or Brian, head of vendor relations, or me, head of operations. You know, somebody that's strictly and really involved with the convention, talking to them so they can feel our passion.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get there's some conventions and some booths that'll just sit there the whole time. They won't walk around, but you know, it's the passion of the people behind the convention that people relate to.
Yeah.
If you can show them that, then they will be more enticed to follow you into that convention than somebody that they can't feel the passion.
Well, and at that point, you're a person. You're not just an email. You know, that came through. They put that face with it, and they're like, "Hey, this guy's a good dude. You know, I want to do that show." And that's really how we've done it. You know, we've made really good connections over the past couple of years. We've done so many shows.
So many.
Where we go and promote our show. One thing that you can guarantee is, you know, Metrotham Con, we will bust our butt to advertise and let people know that we're out there and that we're putting on a good show for everybody. And like Dustin said, we're super passionate about it. We do it for the fans. It has nothing to do with the money. It's all about heart and passion and desire to bring entertainment to people. So that's why we do it.
Awesome, man. So on some of the guests you're saying, so this year's kind of a horror theme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome, dude. So what's on the horror wise? What's some of the celebrities that we're gonna be seeing from? I mean, I noticed a couple. The lady that was in what was it, the reboot, or not the reboot, but the White Zombie, or Rob Zombie, sorry, the Rob Zombie cast of the Halloween. I saw that was going to people being there. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Danielle Harris, that's Danielle Harris. She was actually in the Halloween 4 and 5 as well. She was Jamie Lloyd, the little girl, Michael's niece.
Really?
Yeah. She's more known as a child actor. She did a ton of movies. Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Dead, Free Willy, The Last Boy Scout. Yeah. She's done all kinds of stuff. She's done the Hatchet movies more recently.
I saw those recently. Those are some gnarly movies.
Yeah.
She was the sister in the Rob Zombie remake.
Well, she was the friend. She was Annie Brackett's character in the Rob Zombie remakes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, you know, she's synonymous with horror. You know, she's known as the Scream Queen at this point. So that's really cool that we've got her. We've got Don Shanks, who was actually Michael Myers in Halloween 5 with her. What's the fish hook killer from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
I Still Know What You Did That Summer. Yeah, he was the fish hook guy.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. He was the killer in that one. He's done a bunch of other like stunt work and things like that. We also have Tamara Glenn, who was Samantha in Halloween 5. So we've got like a 30-year Halloween 5 cast reunion with those three. So that's really cool.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yep. And then we also have Paul T. Taylor, who's the current Pinhead from Hellraiser Judgment. He's also done a lot of work on the Purge TV series.
Yeah, he was one of the writers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We have Jason Brooks.
Jason Brooks, who is the current Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Vengeance. He'll be there in full costume doing photo ops and things like that with everybody.
Oh, dude, full costume, mask and all. Oh, man, that's awesome.
That's going to be cool. He's going to bring his film as well and do a showing of that, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we've another horror-related guest that we haven't announced yet. She's from the Friday the 13th series, but we'll announce that probably within the next couple of episodes on Metrotham Con Live. And that's who we got kind of as a fill-in for Rob Mello since we lost him.
Man, that is one epic lineup, man. I cannot wait to be out there. Like,
we also have a walkthrough haunted attraction. We'll have escape rooms that are horror themed. All of our after parties are they'll be horror themed as well. We'll have the Camp Crystal Ball, which is one of our after parties.
Right on.
So we have each year we have a theme, but we're still multi-fandom. So even though we have those horror guests and those horror things going on, we still have anime guests. We have the voice of Naruto. We have the voice of Boruto. Naruto is one of the most popular anime of all time, and we have the voice of Naruto that will be there. We got Johnny Young Bosch, as you know, was the Black Ranger, and he's so many anime voices.
Yeah, he's the new Broly.
Yeah, he's Vash from Trigun.
He's Ichigo from Bleach, which is one of my favorites right there.
And then, of course, Karen Ashley, who's the Yellow Ranger. So that's kind of who we've announced so far, and then John Anderson. And we still got a few more that we're going to announce, before the actual show. So we're super excited about the guest lineup. Mm-hmm. It's pretty big for a Chattanooga show to have guests like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that is an awesome lineup. One of the things with Johnny Bosch, I'm waiting for, that I'm really stoked for, is, have you guys seen the guys that run Bat in the Sun? The project that they're doing, Legend of the White Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is one I saw. They showed a clip of it, and I think they just recently put out the trailer. And that just looks like that's gonna be a great movie in general, just because it's like a little bit more of a darker version of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just gonna be Bosch either. Like there's gonna be Rangers throughout the different Rangers and stuff, because you got Bosch, and then you have the Red Ranger from Time Force. I forget his name. He's supposed to be going on there too.
Jason Font.
Yeah, Jason Font. He's supposed to be going on there too. Like you're saying, I'm really excited for this kind of like darker Ranger kind of feel to it. It's a whole new look.
It gives you kind of the Lord Draken feel.
Yeah.
That kind of story.
Almost apocalyptic, almost.
Exactly.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks fantastic.
It's a completely new take on it, and I can't wait for it. It's gonna be so cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Johnny Bosch about that, because I've been waiting to see this movie since I saw that first clip, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be epic. Yeah. It's like Power Rangers for like the adult version, man.
Yeah, adult Power Rangers.
Well, awesome, guys. Well, I can't keep you on here all night. So before we do head off, do you want let the fans of Comic Insider know how to find y'all's page, especially Metrotham Con? Check that out. This is gonna be one epic event.
Yeah, guys, it's October 23rd through the 25th of this year in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You can check out the website, www.metrothamcon.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Metrotham Con. Be sure to tune in Monday at 8. Every Monday at 8 p.m. we do our Metrotham Con Live Facebook show. We've got Metrotham Tonight, which is our YouTube channel that will be starting soon. Dustin's one of the hosts of that show. Our Metrotham Gaming channel will be starting soon. We got a lot of cool entertainment things coming up for you guys, but be on the lookout for that. And TK, thank you so much for having us on, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Y'all make sure to check this out and get out there this October. Comic Insider, like and subscribe. Remember, we're the only channel that has a clean bill of health from Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Dr. Fate, and Doctor Who. We will see you in the multiverse. Gotta run.
See you guys.
Peace.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men, and you should like, subscribe, watch, then tell all your other friends to like and subscribe Comic Insider. You better be watching it. Yes, I will. Yeah, I will. I'll let you never find you. I'll find you. You better be watching. Comic Insider.